breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alert.
Alabama. Roy Moore was right, let the riots begin. Alabama has found themselves the home of the most hotly debated senatorial election in decades. The special election to replace newly appointed Trump cabinet member Jeff Sessions took a dark turn when women came out of the woodwork to accuse Republican candidate Roy Moore of sexual impropriety. Both sides of the political aisle were very interested in this election because of the slim majority that rules the Senate right now. President Trump made a point of telling the people of Alabama how important to his agenda Moore's right-leaning vote would be, and Obama supported Doug Jones, telling his fans that anything is better than another Republican in Washington. The results of Tuesday's special election were close, with Jones being declared the winner by 1.5% of the vote. With the law requiring that the winner have a margin of at least 0.5%, even a few thousand votes could have invalidated the results. Because of that close margin, and an acute awareness of what Democrats are willing to do to win, Moore wasn't ready to give up right away, and it turns out he was right. In the hours following Jones being declared the winner, not only did the news come out that the state of Alabama hadn't even counted their military votes, but other snapshots of voter fraud started to emerge. Multiple news outlets started to cry foul after what started as a suspicion to be confirmed by individuals bragging about committing voter fraud. InfoWars posted a video of individuals at a Jones rally, bragging about coming from out of state to vote for their boy. Claims of voter fraud in Alabama are swirling after a man was caught on camera appearing to reveal that supporters of Democrat Doug Jones came from different parts of the country to vote for him. The clip was captured by Fox 10 News after it was confirmed that Jones had defeated Republican Roy Moore. Asked, "Why are you excited to see this victory?" The man responds, "Because we came here all the way from different parts of the country as part of our fellowship and all of us pitched in to vote and canvass together and we got our boy elected." It's unclear whether the individual is referring to people being transported in to campaign for Jones or to actually vote for him, which would be illegal. It's hard to say what would be more likely, that these people would come from all around the country, just to carry signs and show their support, or that they would justify any means necessary to keep Moore from getting into office. Regardless, many think that it's plenty to warrant an investigation. Preferably one that would take place before Jones is officially sworn into office, which is already being hurried by nervous Democrats. Even the girl next to him knows that he has let the cat out of the bag, commented one Twitter user. The clip is going viral, with one version having racked up almost 300,000 views on Facebook. Roy Moore is continuing to refuse to concede the election, commenting, "In this race, we have not received the final count to include military and provisional ballots. This has been a very close race and we are awaiting certification by the Secretary of State." If Moore reduces Jones' 1.5 percentage advantage to within 0.5% after the military ballots have been counted, this will trigger an automatic recount which will be paid for by the state government. Ironically, when the election was still unsure, liberals were themselves saying that the results were unfair. Prissy Holly of Freedom Daily reported just hours after the results came in on the myriad of excuses that liberals had in the chamber to say that the results were unfairly going toward Moore. Just one example is an old standby, white supremacy. In the article, the website asserted that white supremacy was preventing black citizens from being able to take to the polls, that no doubt got the black populace fired up just in time to go cast their votes for Jones before the race ended. Here's a short excerpt of their ridiculous story, where they claimed that white supremacists were requiring poor blacks from being able to vote because they were required to show an ID. Alabama has a long history of suppressing the vote dating back at least to 1901 when the state passed a new constitution whose main purpose was to deny African Americans the right to vote, they whined. In 2011, the Republican-controlled state legislature passed a law that all voters must have a photo ID, which immediately disenfranchised many rural and poor blacks. Alabama has been sending Republicans to Washington for a very long time, and Roy Moore, despite the allegations leveled against him, has been a much-loved Republican for a very long time. If you're still doubtful that Democrats would do anything to win, then you might want to check and see if there is any sand in your ears. And if you know that they would, you're just not sure if they did, maybe an investigation into these claims would clear all of that up. No one wants the will of the people to be carried out more than a real conservative. We just want to make sure it's the people who live in Alabama, not whoever was paid to show up and cast a vote.